Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your hands together, put your seatbelts on, sit back, relax, and get ready for a new episode of the Audi.com Fantasy Football Podcast. We're here once again to bring you updates on how our weeks went, how week 3 of the NFL season went, what we're looking forward to in the next matchups for week 4, and just kind of our reflections on things that have happened on the week and where things stand for the season and the dynasty as a whole. How about we just get right into it? Let's talk a little bit about our matchups that we had last week. We always look at my matchup, and I'm starting to think that my matchups aren't really that interesting anymore.
I think
Like,
this one is really interesting. I feel like you have a lot to get off your chest.
yeah, there's a little bit here and there. I think that this matchup, it started off me and Rishabh, two podcast hosts. It started off as a fairly evenly matched matchup. I have to say, in the projections, you can see I was projected 149.6. Rishabh was projected 146.9. So, very, very similar projections. It was basically a 50-50 game. And we kind of kept that going through the Thursday game. I don't think either of us had players on the Thursday game. And on the Sunday slate, the 1 p.m. games sort of went by, and we were both projecting 150-ish points. Like we were projecting a lot of points. I was projected to win, but like it wasn't like a huge margin. And then the 4 p.m. Eastern game started, and the rails just started coming off. The first casualty was CD Lamb. He went out. I think it was the first quarter, right?
Yeah, yeah, it was the
Well,
first
it
quarter.
was like he had like nothing, like just went down. And then James Conner, also in that 4 p.m. slate, went down. He was out with just 6 points. And then everyone else, it's not like they had great performances. Malik Neighbors, he decided that he didn't want to play. He just
He was,
had
oh my god, man.
yeah, just an amazing performance from Malik Neighbors. And everybody really just decided that they didn't want this to be a heavyweight matchup. They wanted to, sit at home, and would have rather had a bye week. And that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable from this team. It's not what I expect out of my team. And we're gonna have a long talk. We've made some moves. We've made some personnel changes. And I think next week's gonna go better. But last week is definitely a week to forget, even though it had some high expectations going into it. Rishab's team, on the other hand, they performed. I feel like they underperformed what their expectation was like for the projection, but like anything was enough to beat my team, who just didn't have the
Yeah,
any sort of attitude or any
Your
any
team
sort
got
of
yeah.
completely
My
yeah.
yeah, my
smoked.
team
It
did
really didn't
didn't
matter.
did enough, bro. My team did enough. Like
Yeah,
it was like I had like I have the best. I think I have the best wide receiver room in the league right now. Puka and Jackson, and they
yeah.
definitely did their thing. Like it wasn't like a flashy performance. But 20 points is very good. Tyreek also showed out. He got a tutty. But
And Tyreek hadn't
I
been
think
performing before, right? Like he was
no, he had a bad week 1 game, but week 2 he played good. I don't remember what his points were, but I think it
It
was
was
like 13,
fine. It was
14.
like around
Yeah, it
projection.
was like
Fine.
expected. It was expected. It was like an expected performance from him.
It didn't scare
And
me
like
that week, but
no, I didn't, but that's we've already talked about why I feel like I lost that week. I think my running back core is a little questionable. I only have 2 backup running backs, and if like
wait,
2
are
of
you
my running
serious?
backs, yeah, I only have 2 backups, but it's Quinshin and Travion, so like it's like a lot of potential. Plus, Judkins is looking very good. I'm not gonna start him for the upcoming week because they're playing the Lions, and I don't really know how I feel about that. But yeah, I think Brock Bowers is still like super slow start. His injury is definitely affecting him, so maybe he'll get a little healthier over the upcoming weeks and start performing like a first pick. But yeah, I think my team did enough. Like it wasn't like a super flashy performance. Like I scored 140. Yeah, 140 points. Like nothing too crazy. There have been crazier performances.
Oh, don't
yeah.
forget, uh, Ankith, he dropped Mark Andrews, I think, right? Or Travis
Oh yeah,
Kelsey.
I mean, it wouldn't have made a difference, I don't think. I did drop
But yeah,
Mark
it would have been
Andrews. I think he dropped like 25 or something.
yeah,
Mark
something
Andrews.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Points, dude. It would have
Yeah,
made a difference, but it's really funny.
yeah,
It
yeah.
would have made
They
the
seem
nice
to.
last score like
Did I
nicer.
drop him or was he on my bench? No, I dropped him. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You know, it happens. Mark Andrews. It really looked like he was just not performing well, so I dropped him, and then Lamar Jackson decided that he's the only receiver he wants to target on the team, tight end, I should say.
Real.
See what
If
you
we just
for
do
Real.
a
love.
review of all the injured players on my team, we will notice that we have CeeDee Lamb, he's out. James Conner
Mhm.
out for the season.
Mhm.
Who else? Joe Burrow out. Tyrone Tracy out, or he was out.
Well, yeah.
No, 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 he is out now. He's injured too.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's on my bench.
Yeah,
Yeah,
out of
Well, you weren't starting him. You weren't
yeah,
starting him,
yeah.
so
No, I wasn't starting him. I was last week, but you know, it's like it's whatever. That's out. Rasheed Rice suspended. You know, he'll Rasheed Rice he'll come back. Chris Godwin is out.
he's
come
come
back.
back though.
He's
He's come back
practicing,
though. Yeah.
right? Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's
Assuming he
coming
plays
back.
well,
He,
I mean, he's
he's been
Stephon
out.
Diggs cut. Stephon Diggs cut.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs I cut. You know, for horrible reasons, behavior reasons from Stephon Diggs. And I
Mm.
also had on my IR, I have
Yeah.
George Kittle on my IR also out. So not a great start to the season injury wise, but you know, I think it's like good because you got to get the injuries out of the way early. And I feel like everybody
Mm.
else's star players are going to get injured later. And you know, I'm not wishing that they get injured. I would never wish that anybody gets injured. But, you know, I think I'm performing a little bit under EV in terms of injuries, and that probably is a good thing for the team's performance in the future.
I feel like you could say that if they
and
were
you got
only
a lot
after
of
like
old
a week or
players
two.
though.
Yeah, you also do have a lot of old players.
James Conner's old, George Kittle's old, Devontae Adams is old, Kelsey is old.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You know,
You know
Rasheed
Scatterbo.
Rice,
You
you
know
knew he was
Scatterbo.
gonna be
I've
suspended
got I've got
anyway.
Yes.
Cam,
Yep.
I've got the cam
Okay.
machine.
Dude, he's not.
You do.
See how long he lasts in the league, man. He plays very dangerously.
I think that he treats his body like a temple, you know, and
Mm.
some
Mm.
temples are
So.
harder than other temples, and sometimes you can use the
Mm.
temple as a
Mm.
weapon.
Oh my god. Should we get
You're
the
spitting right now, dude.
other matchup real quick?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
take a look.
I
This one was a close one between Mr. Baloch,
yeah.
Team Rohan.
Oh man. It was yeah, this one was decently close one. Honestly, it probably shouldn't have been so close. I don't know why I started Bryce Young. I just wanted to, I guess. But
I
I
also
mean,
don't know why you started by
so
Young.
fine. It's partially because Jaden Daniels is injured. But yeah, I mean, it was just kind of like it was just a game of all time. So like initially, I think after the end of like the Sunday night games, I was projected to lose. It was like a 60-40 thing. So Ron was like in the lead. And I had like some good performances. Jonathan Taylor, amazing week. I think he had what, 3 touchdowns? Or is it two?
Yeah.
Three
Two or
touchdowns.
Three.
three. Yeah, and Justin Jefferson, what could he really do? They were up 40 points. Lauren, he was fine. He got injured near the end. Bucky didn't play very well. Who else? Tucker Craft played horribly. And it's probably because of like Jordan Love being like so awful in that game. Millen, bad game script. Roman played well. Cameron Dicker, my boy, he saved me. And the Eagles defense, oh man. If the Ravens defense wasn't so bad, like that last field goal return touchdown generally would have mattered, which is crazy. Like that would
That
have made the
is
difference.
nuts. Yeah.
Oh yeah, great. Shout out the Eagles. Shout out. Was it Jordan Davis with that touchdown?
Yeah.
Like no
Yeah.
news.
I think so.
That,
Yeah,
that's
I think
really
so. Yeah.
that's kind of funny because you know Heather doesn't gamble, but it would have been him and just all of the what was it like minus 3.5 betters that would have been happy. It would have just been those two affected by
That's
that.
crazy.
W spread, bro.
But
W spread.
yeah, I mean, oh, this game had like a little more back and forth now that I remember it. I think like at some point I was feeling to be winning the game because like I think Cortland like the Broncos games that are happening like and so Cortland Sutton he was playing horribly for the first half and then in the second half he just erupted for like 23 points and I just gave up. I was like, yep, I'm cooked. I'll just get back to you tomorrow or next week, boys. But then the Ravens and Lions game happened and Lamar Jackson played well, fantasy wise, and in actual football wise, honestly. But he did not target Zay Flowers really at all. and also the Lions scored like a billion points against them, so that really saved me last week. It's the third, like low-key, it's like the third week where I got very lucky on Monday Night Football. I don't know how sustainable it's going to be necessarily. I think my team is very good. It's just a little bad luck here and there. But I
Fantasy, bro.
think
It's
once
fantasy. It's fantasy.
it is fantasy, it's just
These things
you get
happen.
lucky sometimes, you get unlucky sometimes.
Yeah, these things
But
happen.
yeah,
These things happen.
in terms of actual scoring output, I think I've been unlucky. In terms of opponents I've faced, I think I've been a little more fortunate. But I mean, I've beaten the median like 2 of the last 3 weeks, so really, I think my team is at least decent. How about we get to the next matchups here?
Oh, ho, ho. Look who it is.
The upset, bro. The crazy
For the
upset.
offs. Oh my god.
John, what was he predicted? Like 150? Or something like
Yes,
that?
something
I
like
can't do
that.
this.
Rid-
I
It was
literally cannot.
no, he was predicted 139 in this. I don't know if
Oh,
that's
what?
I don't know if that was what it
This
was
is
on
closer than I
during.
thought. Closer than I
Yeah, but
thought. Still an upset. I mean, John dropped 190 in the first week, so we're thinking, oh, his league to
this is
run.
easy,
What
bro.
a cook.
This is easy.
But last week he dropped like 120. This week, horrible performance. 110. He lost to, my opinion, and in my opinion, the worst team in the league. Sorry, Shicky. It's just the truth. Well, it's my truth, I should say. Oh man, your team is not very good. It's
I think
honestly
yeah.
really bad.
There were
But yeah, you
there were
won.
some
You played
questionable
well. You beat the
starts.
median.
Yeah, yeah. Beat the
You
median. Oh, a lot of
you were not last
overperformances.
place, or you were potentially not the last place player. You've won a game.
Yeah, bro. John made some
Crazy,
questionable
man.
starts. I did not
Yeah,
like the
like
Debo
he
Samuel start. I'm a big Debo
started
Samuel
Debo
Samuel
Samuel. He
hater.
benched like we scrolled down. He had like some weird benchings, if I remember.
Yeah, he
He
benched
benched
Derrick
Derrick
Henry.
Henry.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
10
what?
points.
At least Derrick Henry didn't play that well, but like still,
Yeah, that's
DJ
a good
Moore
point.
was
DJ Moore,
benched.
I can understand. He
Shaky
didn't play
bench
very well.
Montgomery, but I guess
Monty
It
it's
didn't matter
came
in
out
the
at the
long
end.
run, but crazy bench on his
Yeah,
part.
Garrett Wilson benching was crazy. I guess in his defense, he did not play well last week, but I
Yeah,
feel
his
like
team is not looking very good right now. It's like kind of
yeah,
like he started off really hot and it's just been downhill ever since, which is weird. You'd think his team would
yeah,
be better. It's like pretty old. It's like the team that's made to compete right now.
yeah.
You
We'll
think
see
it'd be
what
like,
happens
oh,
this week.
we'll see what happens this week.
Yeah,
Or
but
yeah,
yeah,
this week.
definitely a Super Bowl or bust team, and it's looking like a bust.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Then we have a very good team. I think the only team to overperform the projection. Oh no, she could beat his
Well, no, he
projection,
didn't
right?
over. No, this guy
He
performed.
did?
This guy
he
performed.
performed
Well,
exactly.
he got one
Oh,
point
dude, I
one
can't
six
read
lower.
this. It's like
But
way too small
finally,
for my screen.
finally, this dude Shrihari, he's always projected 150 points and never gets it. So he finally met the projection, and it's like it was a very beautiful performance from all of his players. Like Jalen Hurts did his thing on Sunday.
McCaffrey,
Yeah,
uh,
McCaffrey was McCaffrey. Nico Collins,
Collins, Dobbins, even Trey McBride is very good. Yeah, all his
yeah,
players played
it was
very
just
well on besides this
except
guy.
Genty, except
But
Genty.
he had a bad game script. I mean, they were down like by a billion points, so like you
Yeah,
can't
and
really
the
blame them
Raiders' O
all
line
on
is trash.
offline.
Raiders' O line is trash. I'm a big
But
Geno
even
Smith
beyond that,
hater,
like
but there's only so much.
even
There's, o-
even if they
there's
were
only
a
so
good
much.
line or whatever, but like when you're down 30 points,
Yeah, that's
like you
true.
can't run the ball. You just have to pass it. You need to score points as
Uh,
quickly as
Yeah,
possible.
there was some crazy statistic where Genty has more yards after contact than actual yards, which I found
Dude,
ridiculous.
bro,
Like
you know
that
who
O
has an
line
even
is
He had
worse one?
donkey.
negative actual or he had like negative yards before
It's
contact.
like -1
Yeah,
yards per contact before contact. But you know who's
that's
even worse,
total.
dude?
That's not average.
Wait, dude, Chase Brown is even worse. He is -70 yards before contact.
That's crazy.
He
That's
he still has like
nasty.
90 yards. It's insane. Like if
Yeah,
they just dude, they just need to like I don't know what this coach like what's his name Zach Taylor, right? Or
something like that. Yeah.
like yeah, I don't really remember his name. He's like fine as a coach, but like this guy, he's like putting his two like star wide receivers right next to the O line, just making so that everyone is scrunched up around the O line. Like, why would you not put Jamar Chase and T Higgins on the further away from the O line so you have some space at least? Like, if you just helping them just load the box. All right, that's enough out of me with Chase Brown. But yeah, Audie's team, he got kind of smoked. He had some questionable start sits. He started Bonex for some reason instead of Caleb Williams. No, Caleb Williams he's playing the Cowboys, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I
very
don't know why
porous
he
defense.
started Bonex. The Chargers have a good
I think
defense.
this was unfortunately just he was just looking at projections and saw Bonex
And bad
projected more.
luck.
I think.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
why. Bad luck. He had some bad advice from a certain very cocky individual after winning last week. Bench Martin Hampton.
Yeah,
I think honestly
I
he's
mean
good
the
for a future
Mario
round.
Hampton benching is whatever. Like I don't think anyone was
And he wasn't
expecting a
playing
G
very
Harris
well
to get injured.
initially.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
but
anyone's
I mean
expecting a G Harris to go down.
now
But
I think you have to start him now. Like
yeah, I think the change has been made, so we don't got to worry about we don't got to worry about him. You know.
I think his team looks good, like in the near future and like the future at
Yeah,
least.
I would also personally get rid of DeAndre Swift and start Michael Pittman.
Now we'll see what happens, bro. We'll
Yeah,
see what happens
yeah.
with Swift, man. He's
Um,
just player of all time. Like the Bears have like the best O line in the league by far or something, and then they have like the 25th best RB win
not
rate.
against us.
Like,
Not
how is
against
that
us.
possible?
Yeah, I
How
mean,
is that
and then
possible?
I think we're also just ignoring the big big elephant, Brian Thomas. Too busy popping into a coffee shop and admiring pants.
Dude, that those AI videos are crazy. I think he'll
Yeah,
probably come back at some point, man. I he's
yeah,
22 years
yeah,
old. He was very good last season.
yeah, yeah. I mean, this is the dynasty league, so I'm sure at some point, like the offense will get figured out in Jacksonville, and this will probably work out for Audie in the long run.
Oh, dude, wait, they
But
hired Shane Waldron as their OC. Oh man, there's like so many like shenanigans with Shane Waldron. So like Shane Waldron, I think he was the OC for the Rams, right? And then he left. And then Cooper Cup had his triple crown 1900-yard season. He was the
oh,
OC for the Seahawks. He left, and then JSN had his breakout season last year. And Shane Waldron is the OC for the Bears, right? And he left, obviously. And now Roma Dunze is having his breakout season too. Like he's just not a good
hmm,
coordinator. I don't know why he's getting hired, but
hmm,
yeah,
It's a valuable
horrible.
insight. Maybe I'll try
yeah,
to trade for Brian Thomas next year.
yeah.
He's just trying to play the new guy, man. He's trying to play on his ignorance. It's crazy.
We're all new.
Mm,
We're all
the dynasty, yeah, that's true. That's
yeah,
true.
yeah. He's
We
got
all
a
don't know
better
what we're
record than
doing.
me. Oh yeah, let's get into next week's matchups. So these are the matchups for next week. I'll be playing John. Uh, Baloch will be playing Adi. Shrihari will be playing Rohan, and Shiki will be playing Rishabh. Mostly
Mm,
even matches all around, except I guess the one exception is Shiki, and it looks like, but some of these lineups aren't set either, so it's hard to say.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, all right, we can do the first one. We'll do mine. I'm playing John this week. Um, I've like made a few changes with actually like I've made a trade with Sugar. I guess we'll talk about that in a bit. But through that trade, I've gotten rid of a few players, namely James Conner. For some reason, I was gonna drop James Conner, but then Shicker wanted him in a trade, so I got something out of it. So it's just kind of nice. I got ETN, not just for James Conner. I also got Mr. JJ McCarthy, who I'm sitting on my bench for the future, just in case. And I feel like that was pretty decent. Some other people disagree, but we'll get into that, and we'll talk about what I gave up to besides just James Conner. But that was like on the team. Looks like John's got the edge in terms of projections, but his team has been underperforming a little bit this week, and I think these past 2 weeks, and I think like if Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce can get it together, I feel like they're on the up and up. And the
I feel like
Baltimore
the Ravens
defense,
too.
yeah, the Ravens don't look that good this year. So, like they could catch a vibe. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce,
The
bring
offense
back a
also
little
hasn't.
bit
I
of
think
the
this is
last
like always
Maybe
been
the
a thing with
offense. Maybe the
the
offense.
Ravens. The Ravens defense is always like not very. like consistent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
even like last year, they had like some crazy like defensive performances in like a bad way. Oh man,
Mm.
they're like super inconsistent on defense. It's ridiculous. So yeah,
Yeah.
they could get
We'll see.
the vibe.
We'll see how it works on.
I also
I see
started
John is still keeping Debo
Cam,
Samuel. Sorry, go ahead.
Mr. Cam Scatabo. He's I feel like he's ready to activate.
Addy.
I feel like if I don't start him now, he's gonna be out with CTE for the rest of his life before I can have played him. So I need to start him
Mm.
now. Get some
Oh
points out of him.
man,
And I feel
Right.
like he has the potential to do better than 15-9. Although I think the Chargers defense is pretty good, which
the
is
Chargers are good run defense.
yeah,
Yeah. Plus they're starting Jackson Dart, so we'll see how that affects
but
him.
it's not like I have a lot of other options, so it's okay.
That's true too.
Hey, running back room is
Maybe you should have
very
traded
thin
for.
here. Where honestly,
Maybe you
bro,
should have
I don't
traded
think
for
you have
more
a lot
running
of
backs.
depth. Do you? Not really,
My
right?
depth in general is pretty shot by all of the players who are injured and or suspended.
Yeah, your depth is not very
I
good, dude. This
have
sucks.
Rasheed Rice, Chris Godwin, uh, CeeDee Lamb. I guess Godwin's gonna play, but he's not.
George
I feel
Kittle.
like you can't play him until you see a week out of him. JJ
Yeah.
McCarthy's out, Joe Burrow's out, George Kittle's on IR.
Yeah.
Tyrone
This is
Tracy is still. I guess yeah, I guess he's still out. Yeah, he's out. So I
this is
really have
a
no depth at
hospital
all. So
lineup.
I don't really have much of an option. But you
Uh-uh.
know,
You actually have like a hospital lineup, man. This is
yeah,
crazy.
For real.
That's the most injured team I've ever seen in fantasy.
it's okay.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
We'll
It's
lock in.
pretty
We'll lock
nasty.
in. We'll maybe have to hit the trades again. We'll see what happens.
Mm.
We'll
Yeah,
see.
well, you
So
gotta
it
do
happens,
something quick.
bro.
You gotta do something quick.
If you ever need
Yeah,
any depth,
I
bro,
might
let
have
me
to give
know,
up a
dude.
little bit as a future, a little bit more as a future, more than I already have.
Yeah, I think
Wait,
John's giving you an advantage by keeping Debo Samuel in.
You think
wait.
so?
I mean, Jan Daniels is gonna play next week, so it'll be fine probably. I don't know
Mm.
why he looked
We'll
so
see.
bad last
We'll see.
year. He's been like fine the first two games at least.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, it's all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. He goes in and ruins a franchise.
Dude, you
Terry
just
McLaurin
shouldn't
is
take.
Terry McLaurin is out for some time now, just like
Well, it
Yeah, that's
has
Brandon
also
Ayuk.
super
trauma
bro.
from
That's like a
Debo
rumor, dude.
Samuel.
You just, dude, bro, you should have.
I also
This
don't like
guy
the fan start, but we'll see how that works out too.
is not just Commanders, bro. Gio Samuel did this guy wrong last year.
I don't think the
I'm a
Phantom
big
start
Debo
is,
hater.
especially against the Detroit defense, and like I feel like we guard the middle pretty well, the middle of the
Yeah.
field pretty well, like for against
Mm.
pass defense. So
Plus,
Okay,
Njoku seems like
what?
he's gonna play. Njoku seems like he's gonna play. So
Oh, the Browns. Oh, dude, they're cooked,
yeah,
man. On to next week. Don't start any Browns player.
yeah,
yeah, we gotta
Bro,
lock in. We gotta lock in. They did beat
we
the
can get into the
Packers,
next one maybe.
so can't take it too lightly. Can't take it too lightly, but I
Packers are
like
just
our
too
chances.
inconsistent on offense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next we have
I,
Baloch against Avi. Baloch favored in terms
so
of production here, but you can take it
yeah.
away.
I'm favored, but there are like some things I'm a little worried about. Like Jaren Daniels is still questionable. Tucker Craft, Tete Roa. All right, I guess only three players that are okay. That's not that bad. But yeah, I'm projected to win. I've got like a ton of good matchups from what I remember. Like I think um Tete Roa has a great matchup. Romadonte has a great matchup. Trey Benson has a great matchup. The Minnesota defense is a great matchup. I picked them up last week after their otherworldly
Trey
performance
Benson's on your
against.
bench. Did you update it?
Oh, oh yeah, updated it.
Okay,
the
okay.
Mm.
the
Who'd you
morning
bench?
what do you call it?
Who'd you bench for?
Pollard.
Okay. Okay,
Pollard.
that's
Like
probably
Trey Benson
smart.
had like a
Yeah.
slightly higher what do you call it? Projection. Like point 2 points
Mm.
more or something. I'm a huge projection merchant at times.
Where do you get your projections from? Do you not get them from Sleeper?
Yeah.
You keep that source private?
Oh, it's from Sleeper. Sometimes I will
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Maybe
like use
the
my
projection updated since this picture then, sorry.
Yeah.
Because he's
and just
12-6 here
update.
and 20 forwards and 13-7, so it must have updated.
Yeah, I just updated
Maybe.
in the morning, whatever. Like a lot of my players have good matchups. Justin Jefferson doesn't have a great matchup, but Carson Wentz is starting for the Vikings, so it could could save Justin Jefferson for me. I can't trade him away. He's like too sentimental to me. And if he keeps playing poorly, I'm just gonna be cooked. Or not even if he plays poorly, the quarterback play is still so horrendous. I'm cooked. But I'll see what happens. And Ollie, I think, is a good team. It's pretty close, honestly. It's like probably my closest matchup um before like the week started. Like, I think against Ankith I was up maybe like 10 more points. Against Rishabh, like 6 or 7 more points. Rohan, like 7 or 8 more points. Yeah, so I think it'll be an interesting matchup at least. There's a lot of good talent. We'll see if Brian Thomas Jr. ever comes alive. Hoping he doesn't next
You
week
gotta
at
bench.
least.
You gotta bench DeAndre Swift. You gotta bench DeAndre Swift.
I hope he
I'm just
keeps
saying.
DeAndre Swift in. Who are they playing? Like the Bears?
No, the
The
Raiders.
No, the Rams. The Rams. The same Rams that choked that big lead to the Eagles.
What?
So we'll see if
You
Danny
didn't
Dimes is
talk
the
about
real
no, they're
deal.
playing the Raiders, dude. I
Yeah,
just
the
read
Raiders.
that.
Who?
LV, not LA.
Oh,
Oh,
you're
the
talking about the Bears. I was talking about the Colts. Sorry, my bad. Yes, yes.
Oh,
So it
who
wouldn't be
Colts.
a bad start actually.
who was talking about the Colts? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I think I think I was talking about Jonathan Taylor or
I got
something.
no. I was looking at Michael Pittman. I got confused.
Okay, okay.
Okay, but yeah, should be a good matchup. I think I'm the favorite here, pretty considerably, honestly. Even probably more than the projections say. But it's fantasy football. Anyone can win, anyone can lose. It's just how it be. We go on to the next matchup.
But we have Shri Hurry against Rohan up here. Uh, Shri Hurry is favored pretty heavily. I'd say 60-40. Looks like
Yeah.
149 to 134 is the projected score.
I don't know what happened to
Um,
Rohan's points. There's like no points being projected for him this week.
he's just not having. He doesn't have any like really high score projections by any of his players except for Achan.
And Lamar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lamar.
Yeah, I guess that's what happens when like Jamar Chase just and AJ Brown just and Zay Flowers just.
Oh, Jamar Chase is only projected 15. That's tragic.
Well, dude, they're playing against the Broncos of Cortland
True.
Sutton, and they have starting Jake Browning. Like you have the best corner in the league,
Yeah, that's true.
and you have probably one of the worst quarterbacks in the league. And
you mean Pat
so,
It's true.
King?
Yeah, Pat Surtain. Yeah, you said Cortland
oh
Sutton.
yeah, I don't know why I mixed those up. They don't. It's just the last name, I guess. Yeah, the last names are actually pretty similar, to be honest. But yeah, Pat Surtain, like DPOI last year, crazy player, amazing cornerback. Like if you have him guarding your best receiver and your quarterback isn't exactly a spectacular one or a good one or even a bad one, but a horrible one, you're not gonna have a lot of success. And then
Yeah.
not like AJ Brown.
I mean, Shri Hurry's team is just very good. Christian McCaffrey's playing very well. Good
Great,
projections overall, I'd
Yeah,
say.
but we'll see what
great team,
happens. We'll see
man.
what happens.
Strong
Anything
top to bottom. Josh Jacobs, Christian McCaffrey, Trey McBride, Nico Collins. This is a great team. He did very well in drafting. Great for the honestly, I think he's a very good team. Very he's man. And Rohan's is just not as good, unfortunately, but still a good team, I'd say. We get to Rishabh's matchup now.
Yeah, this is my matchup with Shiku. Um, so I'm heavily favored here, but so I'm pretty confident that I'm gonna win this week. But anything can happen. I made the change to quarterback. I haven't had a spectacular quarterback play. Maybe Jared Goff is the one, but they're playing a pretty good defense too. So I'm not. If he gets like 12 points or 13 points, that'd be great. That'd be good. Um, I'm hoping Kyron will do his thing. Because Kamara's not going to do his thing against the Bills. The Saints' offense is pretty bad. Maybe Puka, I think has a good matchup. No, Indiana. We'll see if Indiana's the real deal. Jackson
It's
as
like
well.
fine.
Yeah, I think Jackson will do his thing. I'm hoping Brock Bowers' injury is good enough for him to be playing back at the level he was. Who else? Tyreek Hill. I think the Jets have been pretty lackluster on defense, so maybe he'll pop off. I'm starting Keenan Allen. I think he's been playing a lot better than most people were expecting. I'm hoping he continues that performance as well.
Dude, he's
And yeah,
another one of those guys. Sorry, this is like a tangent. He's another one of those guys who was affected by Shane Waldron. Shane Waldron's the Bears OC
Mm,
last year. And Adams was on the
yeah,
Bears. He looked horrible last year. And now he's older, right? He's like, what, 32, 33 years old? And now
yeah,
on the Chargers, he looks like a very good running receiver still. Like,
yeah.
dude, this Shane Waldron guy, I don't know how he keeps getting these jobs as OC, man. He's
Well,
clearly not very good.
I also think playing with the quarterback that you know gave you big numbers like helps out a lot. But yeah, definitely that conspiracy theory for sure. But
It's not a conspiracy theory. It's just kind of like a pattern. It's just like, oh, this guy is not very good for receiver play or really offenses in general.
This guy Baloch has like a bulletin board of Shane Waldron's picture on like a map of all the
for
teams.
real,
He's like drawing,
tracking,
like
yeah.
drawing tracking his movements and like tracking all the performances.
Mm, mm.
He's just a
We
Shane
need you to
Waldron.
bring out that bulletin board next
Yeah,
episode
he's
so
a
we can
Shane
see
Nah,
Waldron.
this.
bro. Dude, it's just ball knowing, bro. He's got no ball sometimes.
Mm, mm. But yeah, Team Chicky V, I think is pretty weak. He has Jim McNichols starting. I don't think he's gonna stay in the starting lineup, but if he does, well, I don't know what to say. I think,
I don't know why he's starting
um,
Kevin McNichols.
yeah, I think I think his other players have pretty bad matchups too. Lad McConkey's been underwhelming. Plus, the Giants' defense is low key pretty good. I feel like if the offense wasn't so bad and didn't have to play so much, they'd shut more teams out or at least lower their scores a lot.
And they had like Dexter Lawrence,
Drake,
right, in that one rookie.
yeah, sexy Dexy, sexy Dexy,
And they had that.
and Brian
They
Burns.
this one rookie. I can't remember his name.
Their defense is really good. It's just their offense is just not as good. Mainly the
I think the
quarterback
offense
play.
will look good even with like Jackson Dart. They should start like Jameis, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know why they're starting Jackson Dart, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, I don't think Jeremy McNichols is gonna stay there. Who would he start in place of Jeremy McNichols?
The
I don't know.
Jeremy McNichols.
Maybe Matt
His
Golden.
team is
Maybe
not
Matt
very good
Golden.
either. His team's
Yeah,
gotten
I think
weird.
I think when your kicker is like one of your best positions, like best players, I think it's just a lot about your team. No
It's
shit.
Brandon
Like I
Aubrey,
mean,
right?
Brandon Aubrey is like he is the number one kicker in the league right now. But like, yeah, I think his entire team is just kind of lackluster. Drake London is going against the Commanders, who I think are low key good on defense too. Plus, we don't know what the quarterback situation is going to be like. Maybe Michael Penix continues selling. Who knows? Jameer Gibbs is going to be Jameer Gibbs. I think he's going to produce. Drake Mays, he's from the Panthers, right? That's the defense that gave Penix a hard time. Yeah,
You
I
know,
don't
if
know.
I were giving advice, I would try to get David Montgomery in there. Just
Mm,
like bet on just go all in on the Lions running up the score
I mean,
against the the Browns, and
I
then
mean, TikTok saying bench him. TikTok is
you know
saying bench him. But
you
yeah,
can
I would
yeah.
personally start Monty, but I don't know. We're not the owners. I think Shicker
Or,
has his
I mean, I
sources
guess
that
yeah, Monty with Jeremy McNichols, but if you have to start Monty and he's playing like like the best defensive player in the league, low key, that's
yeah.
crazy.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel
But
like
then
I should win this pretty
their best
comfortably.
defense
I feel like
hasn't
I should win
gone.
this pretty
It's
comfortably.
Ratledge, dude. The
What'd
I'm a
goat.
you
little
say?
concerned about the bill.
Okay.
I'm just saying, the Browns they have a good run defense, but they haven't
Mm,
gone up against Tate Ratledge. Great
yeah,
offensive play from the Lions.
yeah. Like our high engine offense. I'm a little
I
concerned
guess
about the Bills
for the
defense.
Ravens,
I was I was gonna say about the Bills defense, we're probably just gonna destroy New Orleans. But yeah, I'm hoping the Lions defense also just destroys Joe Flacco or whoever they start. And yeah, I think this should be a comfortable win. I'm not gonna sit here and like assert anything or assure anything, but I feel confident. I feel confident. I'm not gonna underestimate it. It's fantasy, anything can happen. But yeah, I feel good.
So those are our matchups for next week. Now let's talk a little bit about some of our waiver
movements
wire
this week.
movement, some trades that have happened. Yeah, let's get a little bit into the waiver wire movements.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of movement this week.
Looks like
Wow.
Shicky, or actually let's talk about the trade first since that happened first.
Yeah, let's get the big thing out of the way.
Get that out of the way, yeah. So
Crazy
Baloch
trade,
doesn't
bro.
like my move here, but I'll explain my logic. There was a little bit of a throw on my part. I kind of forgot something, but actually I think it's like fine. It like doesn't make that big of a difference. We went back and forth quite a bit on this trade. Let me actually just show everybody the back and forth. And I think that there will be one thing that people might notice and say that I messed up. And, I might even tend to agree. He rejected trade here. That's okay. Okay, yeah. So I started off with just requesting JJ McCarthy, and it was a bit of a joke. Um, it was JJ McCarthy for a second round, and I'm sending a second round pick, a third round pick, and a fourth round pick. Just some garbage
Wait,
trash
why did he
picks.
take this? I'd have taken this in a heartbeat.
Yeah, unfortunately, Shikker seems to really love JJ McCarthy. I actually didn't think it was that unfair of a trade, just because I think that, like you could take a shot on any one of these and get a player who's good, and then if you I guess Shikker believes in some amount of potential for JJ McCarthy, which I do too, which is why I offered the trade. Anyways, that one isn't
Mm.
as interesting. Then he decided to offer JJ McCarthy for a raw 2027 first round pick. And so that's kind of what we started from, which was kind of ridiculous. Just for some context, 2027 first round, we're talking Jeremiah Smith, Ryan Williams. I guess those are the two big names. And then we'll have a bunch of quarterbacks. Uh, That'll probably be okay. But like honestly, I actually do think that both Shikker and Hather are massively overvaluing this pick. But
You can see all the rookies in that class last episode where Heather spent a good 20 or so minutes looking at all the rookies and talking about them.
it's a good class, but I just don't think that like you can immediately say it's like a really valuable pick. Like I think that it takes some amount of drafting skill to be able to get something good out of it. And I also do think that like there's a lot of luck involved. Like you see this with Marvin Harrison, too. Like he's had a really rough 3 weeks, and I just don't think he's gonna have like I just don't think he's like I just first of all, I just don't think anyone really talented has ever come out of Ohio State. So Jeremiah Smith, he's gonna be a bust for sure. And like honestly, like the
100%.
only talented athlete to come out of Ohio State is Jesse Owens, and he's not even a football player. So
How
uh,
about Jackson Smith and Jigba?
he's
True.
okay. He's fine. Uh,
Garrett
But
Wilson, Musa
regardless, I
Wale.
don't think that I don't think that Shikker would have picked Jackson Smith and Jigba anyways. So it's fine. Anyways, I then we revised it. Actually, yeah, I revised it to this one. I decided that maybe I could get Shikker to take James Conner off my hands. I decided I was gonna drop him or trade him to Shikker. And maybe he would just see him as some value, even though I was gonna just drop him anyways. Um, and he rejected this one. I changed it to
Why do
2026
you
first
reject
round just
this?
because,
I would have taken that in a heartbeat. What is he doing?
yeah, 2026 first round is like, I don't think anyone is gonna be that good in 2026, except
You
there
think
might be a decent quarterback that shows up in 2026, but like I don't think if you have Drake May, I don't think it's necessary if you think he's gonna be okay.
you think JJ McCarthy is gonna be good?
Yeah, I think JJ McCarthy has potential. Like, there's like a reason that the Vikings traded Sam Darnold. I think that he has raw talent, and he is not as
My
bad
coach
as
is
what,
throwing out one side of the field. I'd say his
it's
talent.
okay. It's fine.
Is that right?
Then we changed it. I think he proposed this one, Cooper Cup and JJ McCarthy, for a 2027 first round. Honestly, this one I probably should have accepted, but it's okay. It doesn't. I don't. This one is like Cooper Cup is like whatever. Like I think he's like an okay player, but I didn't really need a wide receiver is the main thing, which is like I feel like my wide receiver room is okay right now. I kind of wanted a running back, just in terms of depth. So we kind of kept going back and forth. Eventually, like this is the one that I think maybe I should have just picked up Drake London. Probably would have been better than what I ended up actually taking, but it's okay. This one also got rejected. Then he sent another one. Yeah, I don't know. It kept going.
Oh, shit.
We kind of kept going back and forth, and then finally we landed on the trade that we decided on to finally accept. I got ETN, solid running back. Will help replace James Conner a little bit worse than James Conner, but solid back. Get JJ McCarthy. I feel like expected value of JJ McCarthy is probably about the same as a for 2027 first round pick. The way I look at it is like every first round pick that you think is going to be really good, like has some probability of being really good and some probability of being like, like a Marvin Harrison, not very good. And I think that Schicker is more likely to pick the second option anyways. And even if you're an expert drafter, you have you wouldn't have been stupid to pick JJ McCarthy, for example, even if JJ McCarthy doesn't work out. So I just don't think that we have enough of a sample size on JJ McCarthy to make an opinion, to have an opinion
Why
on
would it
it.
matter if
So
Shicker, like the calculus shouldn't be who Shicker takes. It should be who you take because you're losing the pick. Like the
no,
calculus
no,
for
no.
Shicker would be
I,
like, oh,
I hear that. I hear that. But I think that it matters like like basically like the yeah, getting to the second point of like even if you just take a random first round pick, like I don't think that you can immediately say it's going to be a lock for like a really solid contributor on your team. Like I really am like unconvinced. Maybe I'm just not. I have not seen enough Dynasty, but I'm really unconvinced that these first round picks are going to be really that great compared to some of the players that you're going to have to pick up over the wires and pick up through trades and kind of like monitor to actually see how they develop. Like I feel like first round like draft picks are like punts in general, and like it's not that high of a probability that you'll have like a really good player from this regardless. And I think that JJ McCarthy has potential. So, you know, and I needed some movement right now. So I needed to give up I had to give up a little bit of the future to get a little bit of running back movement. That was my thought process. I know that Baloch doesn't agree, but it is what it is.
still got more at least, dude. But well,
I
so
think I probably could have gotten more. That's the only that I think that is one thing I do regret. But it is what it is. I think it's okay. Like I thought it was reasonable and fair. And I do think that because of your inflated opinions of a 2027 first round pick, or I guess that doesn't help what I'm saying at all. Never mind. Yeah, I think that's the one thing I regret. I think I could have gotten more, but I'm not too disappointed with it.
okay. And then we should get to the waivers real quick.
We have a bunch of waiver changes. I think I started it off by dropping Stephon Diggs because I was over. Stephon Diggs just hasn't been that great. I never see myself really starting him, so I just dropped him. And then immediately after I dropped him, all of this behavior news came out about Stephon Diggs. So I think that validated my drop. Then we have a
That's
lot of
crazy, man.
yeah, that is crazy. A lot of movement
Mm.
here. Uh, I'm not sure anything is that interesting.
I think Shicker is a victim of the moment here by picking up Jimmy
Yeah,
Nichols
I
41
think
first play.
that 60-yard touchdown is like
But I think he's
has him
he's very
stalled.
much a victim of the moment in terms of fantasy, like just fully a
Mm.
victim of the moment.
Yeah,
And we have Rishabh picking up Jared Goff. I picked up the Vikings defense because I thought they'd be more consistent. They're a very good defense. I think they'll be more consistent than the Eagles defense.
I can't
Uh,
say that Rishabh wasn't also a little bit of a victim of the moment with the Hunter Henry pickup,
no,
unless
I mean I just wanted a third tight end. I had Jake
wait, but also
Ferguson and
he
I
had like Kyle Williams. Like, is the guy even
yeah,
playing
yeah,
really?
that's true,
no,
that's
no,
true.
I like it was like I realized I had two tight ends and I kind of
I
wanted to
guess
build
it's
some
the
depth.
same with Tree Hurry picking up Trey Tucker. Like,
Yeah,
also like
I
is
don't know
Trey
why
Tucker
people
gonna
are
be
so
that
high on Trey
good? Probably
Tucker.
not, but
We'll see if
I
Geno
guess he
Smith
gave up
throws to him
Calvin
like he
Ridley
did
who's
last
not
time.
playing. He gave
Well,
up
yeah, that's
Calvin
true.
Ridley
It's
who's
not
not
like he
been
lost
playing very
much.
well.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
not. It's not like he lost much. Yeah, I agree.
See what else
The
there
Jalen
is.
Tolbert from Shicker is crazy though. I can't even front. That's a crazy
I
pickup.
didn't really get the Rodriguez for LJ thing. I had to drop Dylan Sampson because I took what's his face, Jalen Daniels out of my IR spot. And
Mm,
honestly, Dylan Sampson's like cooks now, like Quinshon Judkins this year.
yeah,
So it is what
he's
it
doing
is.
his things.
And I don't think there's very much anymore. Like if we dropped
No,
Rashid
I was.
Shaheed, picked up Woody Marks, it doesn't really mean much probably.
Yeah, it's not like
So
he's
yeah,
gonna start him. I think. Well, yeah,
yeah,
nothing
that's
crazy.
most of the
Nothing crazy.
agency
Just
stuff. We'll see if anything picks
you
up
know,
in trades,
questionable
man.
moves from the usual suspects. But
hmm
that's pretty much about it.
Yeah. So a little bit about NFL news now. Nothing
Mm.
too crazy. Just a couple injuries that we already talked about. The James Conner injury.
Yeah.
There is
Najee
also the
Harris.
Mike Evans injury.
Yeah, Mike Evans.
You know,
Igbuka.
it could be big for Igbuka. Igbuka.
Yeah.
Will probably be big for Buka
Yeah.
and Godwin, honestly.
It's pretty classic for Ohio State receivers, just getting lucky, capitalizing off of other people's misfortune. Classic. But
Yeah, I
Then
think
yeah,
moving on.
Igbuka's gonna have an increased workload. I don't think they're gonna give Chris Godwin like his usual workload, so he'll definitely be a big benefactor out of the Mike Evans injury.
Yeah, like CD
But yeah,
Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb,
CD
George
Lamb got
Pickens.
injured, so Pickens will go crazy probably. Anyone else
As long as
really?
the Dallas defense, stops someone.
Wait, if anything,
Uh,
you don't want the Dallas defense to stop people because then you'll be in a shootout. And
well,
so,
they weren't stopping the Bears last game, and you saw how that turned out.
but like you want the defense to be bad though if you want to score
That's
points, kind of
true.
like
That's true.
Bengals last year. The reason why Jamar Chase did so well is because the Bengals had to pass the ball all the time to stay in games.
But also, Joe Burrow is a much better quarterback than Dak.
That's not really relevant to what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about. I'm not saying George Pickens will be as good as Jamar Chase. I'm just saying that if you have a bad defense, you're more likely to throw the ball a lot.
all right.
Yes.
Uh,
Tyrone Tracy.
oh yeah, this just is what it is. It's Cam
Yeah.
Scatterbo time. It's cool. It's cool. It's chill.
Yeah. The next 4 years are his before the inevitable one final concussion hits, and then he has to retire. Medical
Dude, he
retirement.
plays so dangerously, man. He
I
just
don't
like
know.
rams
We're
people.
still playing, so it's chill.
We'll see. We'll see.
I feel like a running back is not like that mentally taxing of a position compared to the other positions, to be completely honest. Kind of
I don't
see
know
it
that's
down.
true. Have you seen like what's his name? You like that Steelers running back a long time ago?
I know
Leon.
what you're talking about. Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, Le'Veon Bell. He was like very cerebral with his
Yeah, but
like
every time he ran with the ball, it's like watching like he was like dancing, he was like doing ballet. But like I
yeah, he
still
was
feel
very
like
cerebral.
He's very good.
I don't know if
And
I
he
would
sat out the one
call
season.
Cam Scatterbo as a cerebral runner.
No,
Is he?
he's not. I don't think he is
He is
actually.
like
He's
I
a
think
running.
he'll be able to do what he's doing, no matter how many brain cells he has left. So that's okay.
mm, mm,
We'll see. Hopefully he doesn't like. Well, he probably hopefully he doesn't contract like CTE, man. But with the way he's playing, it's probably not looking very good.
Okay,
Then,
he's gotta keep his head up, head up.
yeah, keep your head up. They should give him a guardian cap, honestly. Just like attach it to
Yeah.
his body.
dude, he is not wearing a guardian
So
cap,
he
bro.
can't take it
There's
off
no way
during
he
games.
puts that on. They gotta
What
bolt
do
it
you
on.
think
They
his
gotta bolt it on or
reaction to
something.
that would be?
I think the only way they have him for more than like 2 years. Oh my God, dude.
Well,
All
we'll
right, so can
see.
we get
We'll
to
see how
the
long he lasts.
All right, so let's get into the power
overview?
rankings for week 3.
Yeah, we're gonna
Rounding
go
out
through the power
eighth place,
rankings.
we have Team Shicky V. You know, there could have been some debate for some who else would be in 8th place. I won't spoil it. Maybe you could guess. But
Oh,
I feel
one
like
thing, one thing. Okay, yeah, one thing
yeah,
is the way we did the power rankings, we asked everyone else in the league on their opinion of the power rankings, and then we took an average. So
Mm.
on average, people thought PTV was the worst team. You can go on Ankith.
and some people like might look at the record and say, "Oh, Shicky V." Some people who are in the rankings, like some particular people might have looked at the rankings and said, "Okay, well, the power rankings should just be based on your win-loss record," which actually is not how power rankings generally work. But that's okay, it's fine. Like, of course it matters, results matter, and that's why teams are where they are. But I think that Shicky V's team all around doesn't have that great prospects for the future of the season either, So that's probably what the differentiator was, in my opinion. But it is what it is. All right.
Yeah.
Should we get to 7th place? 7th place, you have yours
Oh.
truly. I feel like it's probably pretty deserved. Like, the performance hasn't been there. As much as I can say, I'm talking to them, giving them pep talks, and it's misfortune with the injuries. That all might be true. But at the end of the day, points are what matters, wins are what matters, and we're not performing right now. But you have to start
You
somewhere.
also don't have a
I think
roster.
it'll be good.
Oh, the
Yeah,
hospital, man.
it's okay. You have to start somewhere. I feel like Patrick
Mm.
Mahomes will, fuel me to victory. For all I've said about Patrick Mahomes in the past, I think he's gonna fuel me to victory. So
Dude, these type of situations build character. Keep your head up, champ.
exactly. It's about
Dude, oh
adversity.
man. Yeah, it's about the adversity. Yeah, dude, I had like the
Yeah.
same situation last year, man. The adversity really, it really, it really does build character.
And diamonds are made under lots of pressure. Never ever forget.
Man.
Exactly,
Yeah, I
exactly,
didn't.
exactly.
If you follow
We're gonna
my
get to work.
trajectory, you could even make a championship game, going from last
Yeah.
place championship real crazy. Alright, should we get to the next one? Alright, cool. So we got Team Audi here. And or Audi 0130. I don't know why you picked those numbers, honestly. It's kind of random. But
Probably a Social
um
Security number.
well, like the
Uh,
last four digits.
First 4, 2, actually. It's just 0130 repeating.
Okay.
W docs.
Uh,
W docs.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, just it seems like fine. It's okay. It's been like it's kind of an up and down season for him. He did very well last week. He did kind of poorly this week, but he had some weird side decisions. I think his team has a positive trajectory. So in the future, I could expect him to even be like fifth or fourth, even.
Mm.
But
I think he,
yeah,
I think he just needs to do some research. I think he just needs to do a little bit of research and see who to start. Maybe hit the waiver
yeah,
wire a
it's
little
kind
bit.
of like kind of a mediocre team, very middle of the pack.
Yeah.
Get to
Yeah.
next one, John here. What a fall from grace, man. What a fall from grace. That would have been number one if we did this week one. Nice
hmm
fit. Like one bad performance, okay, that happens. But two in a row, how often does that really happen to like a really, really, really good team? Probably not very often, right?
I was just gonna say I feel like John's team, a lot of his underperformances were because of his decisions, like also weird starts and benchings too. So
Yeah, yeah,
I think he might need to take closer looks at his
true.
players.
Now we got Team Rohan Demi. So yeah, that team, it's good. It's a good team, solid. I don't think it's great or anything, but and clearly not everyone that thinks it's great, a great team. Some people do for some reason, but like he's
Doesn't he have
put
a
up some solid
negative
performance.
record? Doesn't he have a negative
Oh
record?
no, he's like 3-3, I think.
Oh, okay, okay. But yeah,
He-
Rohan Demi's team has not had some spectacular performances. Big underperformance week one. I think he did his thing week two, but
Yeah, he won
week three
3-1
was
and he
also a
lost last
big
week.
underperformance.
So it's just kind of it's a good team, not a great one. Just too many receivers, not enough running backs.
Mm,
His running
yeah,
back, a lot of very good receivers, but yeah, no running back. So it's kind of just
no running
keeps him
backs.
down the dumps, unfortunately. Let's go to number three,
Three is me. Three is
our
me.
fellow podcast member, Rishabh, Masala Man 3755.
Hey, I personally would put myself at two. I was a quarterback away from being the only undefeated person in the league, but it is what it is. You live with your bad decisions, and my bad decisions have led me to
I
a
mean, I
third
was like
placement in the power
Xavier
ranking.
Worthy injury away from being perfect too.
C'est la vie.
And,
C'est la vie.
and like that was a freak accident.
Hey,
Like
Sarah.
Justin Fields playing horrible is one thing, right? But
Hey,
Xavier
Sarah.
Worthy getting like literally speared by Travis Kelsey. How often does that happen?
Bro,
No cheat.
you had to. I'm glad you cut Travis Kelsey, bro. That was some very toxic chemistry going on right there.
Yeah, man. He's just I don't know why he wanted to hurt.
Like, what's going on in your locker room, dude?
He
Why
was
are
getting
you?
jealous of Worthy. Swift to just jump like up
Yeah,
and down when they drafted.
yeah. His fiance wanted to watch Worthy, and he didn't like that, so he took him out. That's you don't see any of that happening in Team Solomon 3755. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
We
good
might
team.
not have we might be a very consistent performing team. I think we've averaged around the 130s every single week. But we don't have players taking out each other. Just saying. But
Yeah,
it is what it is. It is what it is ultimately. Fantasy is about who you choose to start, who you don't. I made the mistake of trusting Justin Fields. I had a gut feeling that he wasn't gonna repeat his performance he had week one against the Bills, and he not only did not repeat it, he he like completely sold me. So it is what it is. Like I just have to make better choices at quarterback and
Yeah,
other positions too. So
I think your team is good. I still don't know if it has as much of an upside potential thing with like a lot of
no, I don't
people.
have
Like
any like I don't
JSN,
have like the super high scores. Yeah, I don't have the high scores
yeah,
like
like JSN. I think
Jonathan Taylor.
JSN and Puka are both super high scorers, but like everyone else is
Yeah,
kind of. Let me see your lineup real quick.
my
Where
running
is
back core is definitely my weakest. Well, one of my
Kyron
weaker
Williams,
parts.
Alvin Kamara?
Kamara's
Brock
been
Purdy's
doing
a
kind of
four.
bad, but I have Quinshin Judkins in my bench, so I think after this week I'm going to start him. I
Yeah,
want to see how he does against the
you have a
Lions.
very good team, I think, but I don't know
Yeah,
if
it's just like
it's the
it's no one like super flashy, like the high scores. Like I feel like that should have been. I feel like my high score should have been Brock Bowers, and he's been disappointing so far. Again, knee injuries kind of affected his gameplay. Plus, Geno Smith, I don't like him as a quarterback. Plus, he has a very weak O line, so he's not been able to connect with Brock Bowers as much. So
yeah.
maybe things will change in the future, but yeah, I think third is a fine placement for me. I personally would have said second, but I don't. It doesn't bother me.
No one else really did, bro. I'm sorry to tell you this.
That is unobjectively untrue. That is unobjectively untrue, and you saw the results. Yeah, number
Contradictory.
two is Chiefs. Number two is Team Chief. He forgot the 14 in his name. I think he thinks he's really like that. The one and only Chief, but he's actually the 14th. Team Chief 14 is undefeated. No, he's not undefeated. He's
I'm 5-1 right now.
5-1. 5-1. Yeah, 5-1. He his team performed when they needed to, even if some of them were very hairy wins. A lot of relying on the other players to like, opponent players to like not get the projected or just underperform heavily. But that's also just fantasy. He made the right decisions. He started the right players, and that's why he's 5-1, sitting
Yeah,
comfortably
I
in the number two spot.
even beyond that, like I don't think I've even made the best choices. Like Roma Dunze and Tucker Kraft dropped like 50 points on my bench like last
Mm,
week. And so it's just kind of like I think my team just has a lot of like upside, a lot of potential to score a lot of points. Like my team is young, but they're very good. Like Bucky Irving's
yeah,
young. He hasn't had a great game, but last season he was amazing. Jonathan Taylor's been amazing so far. Justin Jefferson is amazing. He just has like really bad quarterback play. Tate Roa, he can be amazing. Roman Dunze has been very good. The craft can be very good. I just have a lot of very, very good players. And Rishabh, you were right. One other person had you ahead of me, but everyone else had you behind me.
it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not
Yeah, I just
saying.
had
I'm
to.
not saying. I'm not saying it was. I'm not saying like I was ahead of you. I'm just saying it was closer than you think. Just saying. I'm just saying. I feel like some of these people like Ankith are looking at the final standings. Looking at records and not considering the fact that you know you got lucky.
Oh, wait, but I've scored
But it
more
is
than
what it.
you have.
And then it's okay. It's okay. Yeah.
I just think my team has a lot of potential. Like
And
also like
Yeah.
yeah,
It
no,
does.
I don't.
rounding out the power rankings, we have team three.
Unanimous.
God,
Near unanimous. The only person who did not
man.
rank Shihari first was Shihari himself. I think he was just
Amazing.
trying to be.
Crazy.
I think he was just trying to be a nonchalant, humble king. But that don't work on me. We know your game.
This
I
guy's
think
team is
his team is
insane,
very
man.
strong. Very strong. Always projected above 150. I think.
Insane
I
team,
think his
man.
only weakness is that he has a bunch of fragile players. Like J.K. Dobbins could go down anytime. C-Mac could go down
J.K.
anytime.
Dobbins has been
Nico
injured
Collins could go
every
down anytime.
year.
Yeah, every year.
Nico Collins isn't that injury prone. He's had like one injury last season. But
That
like
was it. Took him. I kept him
McCaffrey,
out for like 4 games. Yeah, McCaffrey is very injury prone.
I just
McCaffrey's
feel
I
like
very
mean,
injury
so far,
prone.
taking time
so
off.
far he's
Olave,
been fine.
yeah, like Christian
Olave
McCaffrey,
too. Yeah,
Olave,
Olave.
J.K. Dobbins, Purdy, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. T.
So
Higgins
that's
is
like his
very
one
injury prone
weakness.
too.
Yeah, this is one weakness I'd say. Just like one injury could just derail his entire season. Because I don't think his bench is
Christian
very
McCaffrey.
strong. Yeah, he doesn't have.
Christian
From what
McCaffrey's
I remember,
carrying his
his
team
running
right
back
now.
core is
25
trash.
points
His
or
running back
whatever.
core is not great. I wouldn't say. I said trash. That's extreme. It's not good though.
McCaffrey's crazy, man. He's giving 30 touches a game. Like he should be scoring
Yeah,
way more than he is.
yeah.
It's like a problem, you
Shanahan,
know?
Shanahan better pray he don't get hurt because everybody in that team is going down. So we changed it up a little bit. I think we're gonna try coming up with some new awards and maybe make some old ones, but we'll see. We'll see how we do superlatives. But yeah, our first one is the glass roster. The manager with the hospital lineup. I think we know this is who this is going to. So like without further ado, Chief Keith.
Our fellow
Yes,
co-host.
sir.
I'll have to happily accept this one, you know. It's been rough, but I feel like it's better to break your bones early because they grow back stronger, you know. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that mentality, bro. Keep your head up, dude. Keep your head up. It's a dynasty
exactly,
league, you know. You got a lot of time. You got a lot of time. So yeah, that's the
100%.
Glass Roster Award. The Jared Allen Award. Lights are brighter than expected. I got to be completely honest. Yep, this goes to John. This was a header Baloch idea. I can't take credit for it. This beautiful meme. I have to credit Mr. Baloch for this one. Well, yes, this award was given to John because his team has underperformed hugely. We had was projected what a high amount and barely managed above 100. Lights were brighter than expected. You know, he choked. The Jesse Pinkman Award. He can't keep getting away with this. I kind of alluded to who this is going to. Mr. Chief, the 14th one. He's been getting very lucky with his wins. I don't know how long this devil magic will keep happening, but as for now, it's win's a win, you know. But he can't keep getting
Honestly,
away
it's
with
not been
this.
that bad this year in terms of my luck. I think like a couple seasons ago, I was very lucky.
The
So
Potential
that
Man
was like
Award,
my idea
Mr.
too.
Yeah, this one's
Oh
Header's idea too.
man.
Aude, double 0-1-0-3. You
The
know,
if
his
man.
team didn't. If man, bro, if he started the right players, he could have won. But he did not start the right players, so we can only just be
Oh man.
asking if, what if, just like Justin Herbert. Alrighty. The You Are My Sunshine Award. We didn't have any players that really stood out this week, so I kind of just chose players from my own team. I went with my, beautiful wide receiver core, Pookie and Jackson. They did their thing. You know, I'm always glad to have them. And they're like wide receiver, the number one and number two receiving leaders in the league right now. So can't complain. They are my
Yeah,
sunshines.
it's just weak this week. Like Rohan probably
Yeah,
would
it's
have put
not
like Zay
not some.
Flowers and Lamar Jackson there
Yeah,
if he didn't
yeah.
want, but didn't. So
The Jordan Belfort Award. We were going to give this one to the player that was the biggest fraud. I believe this was Debo Samuel. Yeah, I'm a Debo Samuel hater. I was waiting for this to happen, and based on what happened last week, I think it's going to keep happening. I don't know. That might be a hot take. I don't care. I'm a big hater. I'm a big hater. And finally, the Avatar Award. The one the world needed him most, he vanished. Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers needed to play well during Monday Night Football, and he only dropped 3, giving our Jesse Pinkman Award winner here the win.
thankfully, man, shout out to Zay Flowers, bro, for not performing at all.
Just disappeared when
Saved
he
me,
was needed the
man.
most. Disappeared when he
I mean,
needed the
Loki
most.
though, even if he had performed fine, like performed his projection, I still would have won because the Ravens defense was so
Ravens
bad.
defense did bad, yeah. Ravens defense did bad. But it's not as fun as giving this award to a defensive unit. So Zay Flowers it is.
That's true. Oh man, they don't make those TikTok AI edits of defensive players. They only do offensive
No, they
players.
don't. No, they don't. It's only the wide receivers and running backs and tight ends and quarterbacks.
Oh man, do you have
I
anything
think
else
that's all
to
for
talk
this
about
week.
it?
Uh, Thanks everybody for joining. Keep staying tuned with the podcast. We're gonna try to get our uploads a little bit better in terms of schedule. We make sure to subscribe if you're interested in learning more. If you're not interested in following along, make sure you hit subscribe anyways, and like just hit it 3 times. If you hit subscribe 3 times, then the same button 3 times, then it makes sure that you really don't want to it makes you really you don't want to see our videos. Like just hit it 3 times. Also, if you hit that bell button, hit the like button. If you didn't like the video, hit the like button to 3 times to make sure to show us how much you didn't like it. Leave a comment of your favorite part of the podcast. Also leave a comment of your least favorite part of the podcast, to make them 2 separate comments. you know uh
Yeah.
share this on your socials, share it with your friends, blow it up. We're gonna keep working to make this content for you guys. Thanks everyone for listening. All right,
See
see
you
you
guys.
next. Peace.